Our new traffic reporter has an interesting story to share. Nigel Beck was once a member of the UK's Royal Air Force. Now he's an artist. You can see Beck's work on display at the Craig Gallery in Alderney Landing. The show is called Journeys, and it is the first solo exhibition for this photographer who now calls Halifax home. So please welcome photographer Nigel Beck to the Morning News.
Thank you.
Good morning.
How are you?
Nice to have you joining us.
Thank you.
Tell our viewers your story about how you came from the UK's Royal Air Force to Halifax.
I did a basic career for about 23 years in the Royal Air Force, and then around 2010 had the opportunity to move to Canada. My wife Krista, she's from Newfoundland.
Hey.
So we came over with 40 small boxes and set up home with my two boys, Alex and Ryan. And yeah, it was just the right move at the right time. So from there, we just embarked on a new life. We now live in Hammonds Plains, and then from there, I've always had the opportunity to sort of go out with the camera. And during the military, it was very much, observe everything, admire nothing. But then I really found my way.
Wonderful. Well, how did it feel last night to see your name on the wall? I guess it was 2 nights ago that you actually opened it up, but there you are.
It was very humbling. I've had fantastic support from the community in and around Dartmouth and the wider HRM. And starting out in a small cafe in Tantallon to move to the farmers market in Alderney Landing, and now the Craig Gallery, they were the natural choice. And the support that I got from the local community, there was at least, I think, 60 or so people turned up.
Wow.
Yeah, Minister Inns turned up, great support, loves my work, so yeah, it was an accolade indeed.
Your thoughts on Halifax as kind of the backdrop for a lot of your photos. Nigel, what inspires you about our city?
I believe everything should be remembered, which is very poignant, especially at this time of year.
Yeah.
For me, a lot of things get forgotten, and our daily routines where we travel for appointments or to school, to work, we forget what's actually around us, not only the objects but the people as well. So I found that there's a lot of symmetry with people who, everyone has a story, everyone has a memory, and if I can unlock that with an image, I've been privileged to speak to complete strangers who have left with a piece of work who have become a friend.
The exhibit's called Journeys. Why did you decide to go with that title?
In the military, I've seen the world, some of it good, some of it not so good. And being in the military, you see the world pretty much in a set way. For me to capture where I've been and what matters to me is a privilege. And the journey is to bring people into the gallery, to take them away from their daily life just for 20 minutes to an hour, and to show them that there is beauty in many, many facets of life, from a railway line to an old plane to a place that they know familiar. This is actually down in Shearwater last summer.
Really, hey?
Yeah, this is 5 a.m. And parallel lines is just, again, the symmetry between people, how we travel together side by side, and then we get to the corner and we look at each other and we carry on.
We're almost out of time, Nigel, but I have one last question for you. And how do you feel about the way that Canadians mark Remembrance Day?
Fantastic. The first time I went to the military tattoo and the intermission asked everyone to stand up, I felt immense pride. And I believe that everybody should pay respect. And I've had people who've bought my work that have thanked me for my service. So it's a privilege.
Key word in there is remember, right?
Yeah.
That's what we'll be doing on Tuesday.
All right, well, Nigel, thank you so much for coming in.
Thank you very much for having me.
I'm going to share with our viewers right now how they can see your photography, because the Craig Gallery is a great spot. It's very, very public and open. It's free. The exhibit goes on until November 30th. Everybody's welcome to go. You can find out more information about Nigel's work on Facebook. Just search for Nigel Beck.